right. I sent a note. The last person we're waiting on. Hi, Daniel. How you doing?
Hello, how are you?
Good. You look somewhere fun.
I am. I'm at your establishment, but I'm outside because I forgot my headphones.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's nice out, so it's not too bad.
All right, very good. The last person we're waiting on is Jim Sullivan, but we'll go on ahead and get started. We have a city council meeting at 4 o'clock on this same channel, so I promised Aaron that I would get us off at 10 to 4. And I think I've got it pretty well organized. So let me bring you all up to speed. The chief's at the COVID clinic up at the high school, so he's unable to join us, and I will fill him in over a cup of coffee probably tomorrow. But I wanted to bring you all up to speed on where we are and kind of how things are going to move forward in the next week and 10 days. So I just organized things, and then I really want your thoughts on some of these things. So volunteer related, I'd like to do a walkthrough with all the volunteers at the DPW site. My schedule's kind of a little bit of a disaster, so if next Thursday works for everybody at 4 o'clock, I wanted Scott to be there as well, our DPW supervisor, and just kind of do a walkthrough of how we expect cars to drive in, who'll be checking them in, just what we want folks to do. So does that work for this crew? 4 o'clock next Thursday?
Works for me.
Yep.
Yep, yes.
For me,
Yeah, y'all are awesome. Okay, so 4 o'clock works, 4 p.m. Thursday. All right, and I'll get a note out to all the volunteers. I think I have, most all of the Tri-Community Recycling Committee and a couple other folks. So I think 15 or 16 volunteers, which will be really good. That second one, B, instructions, what I wanted to do, I'll put together just a kind of a written, help me get my thoughts together before we do the walkthrough, just general instructions. The most important being people should not get out of their cars. That will be the most important. So stay tuned on that. I'll actually send it your all's way and have you help me edit if you don't mind. Okay.
Okay.
Participants to date, I just checked a little bit ago. We got another sign up. We have 7 spots left. That's it. So 273 of the 280 spots are taken. And I've helped a couple people get registered online that were having difficulties themselves. So I do anticipate that we'll have a few people who just show up, and we're okay. Because in a little bit I'll show you where we are financial, and we've got a lot of room to breathe. I put under here donations and checks from participants. We've gotten $2,000, a little plus from folks, people who are participating, and just general donations. So we're sitting really well, and that will help supplement the money coming from Rotary, and I'll show you that in a second. What I plan to do, I've been instructions to participants. I've already sent, I think, 2 or 3 notes to folks who signed up, just kind of FYI about certain things. And from what I understand, folks have been getting those because I've gotten notes in response. Thanks so much. So my plan is to a week out. So Saturday, just say, okay, we're a week away. Remember, here's what you can bring. Demetria put a really nice list of, where things can go after this event. I'll add that to that as well. So I'll also, Pete Stanislawski sent me a copy of an article from a paper down Van Buren County, which they had a household hazardous waste day. It was really nice, short clip, just reminding people, okay, here's the household hazardous waste day. Number 1, you must be signed up. Number 2, you can't get out of your car. Number 3, here's what you can absolutely bring. So, and Scott Sullivan's been great to work with at the Commercial Record. So I'll get that in. And then promoting it via social media and the municipality web pages, which has been most helpful. Let me take you to my donations to date. Can you see that screen? Yeah.
Nope.
No,
not yet.
Excel sheet? No.
no.
Let's see. Let me stop sharing and then go back. Let me try it again. So share my screen. Here we are. Share. All right. Can you see that?
Yep.
All right. Basically, it's just, these are the donations that we've gotten to date. A total of $19,547.18. We have the $5,000 from the Rotary and then a $1,000 anonymous donation from one of their members. The fire department, the $1,000. The city of Douglas, thank you very much, Kathy. 1980 was to be allocated for household hazardous waste. The city of
Darn,
Saugatuck.
I thought we rounded that off to something.
You
like-
did, Kathy, but that was also to include like the battery buckets and everything like that.
Okay,
So,
all right.
yeah, this is just that portion of that 3,000 that went to household hazardous waste.
Gotcha.
Okay. So the city of Saugatuck, 3770. Yeah, the city of Saugatuck gave up to $5,000, but that's to also help with our battery buckets, our mailer, the reusable bags, that kind of stuff.
Thank you,
The
Carla.
town, yeah, the township, just last Wednesday, $1,250 to that. We got wind, what's today, Thursday, must have been Tuesday night, that the Douglas UCC reconsidered and donated $2,500 to the Household Hazardous Waste Day. And that same evening, through Jim Sullivan's work through his church, All Saints Church, they're donating $1,000. So adding that all up with our private donations, we're just shy of 20, which in my opinion, with the limited spots that we have of 280, I think we will have a really, really nice cushion. And I think after this event, we'll see what we've got left. And we'll have the recycling committee kind of talk about whether we want to do another one in the fall or how we want to move forward with that. But, I'd love to be able to do another one. And I think right now we're sitting pretty good. Kind of a little bit of FYI for you. I've had a number of folks, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind if I shared, Bruce Starring with the Star of Saugatuck had 110 gallons of old gasoline. And he basically, goes, so can I drop this off? And so I talked to Terry at Drug and Lab Disposal, and she's like, well, sure, for a cost. So Bruce and I ended up negotiating splitting the difference, because it's like 6 gallons, I don't even remember, 6 pounds for every gallon of gas. And so we basically divvied the cost. So he wrote a check to the city for $290. I've had a couple other folks, same kind of thing, 50 gallons of old gasoline. And I've just negotiated, splitting the difference, and they'll make their check out to the city of Saugatuck and drop it off at the city. So that seems to be working with everybody. And I think we'll be just fine. So that's where that is. And I see Jim Sullivan has joined us as well. Hi, Jim. You're in a car. Yeah.
Sorry,
Good.
lots of errands today.
It's all good. It's all good. So we're sitting pretty good, and I wanted to share that with you all. Any questions about the financial end of things right now? Everybody's been very generous. Actually, Jim and I met over at the church, the Douglas UCC. We did a little photo op. They're going to put it on their epistle and on their webpage, one of those big mock checks. And so we were just saying what we've learned generally. If you don't ask, they can't tell you no. And that seems to have worked really well in this case. So.
All right. Hey, Garn, I may have some better news than this budget shows.
Oh, fun. Do you want to share?
Yeah. I see that you're counting the $5,000 grants that we've received. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're probably going to have a little bit extra money coming in beyond the 2 churches and the anonymous donor.
Okay.
So
Very cool.
I'll update you when we get a better handle on that.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, that's good news. At least you're not telling me it's not all that.
No, it's good. It's good.
All right. Very good. So I'll stop sharing the screen and take us back to my.
May I just put in a plug for the rest of the team? Guys, this is how to use Rotary. We have the opportunity to make grant requests of what I call the mothership with cash in Chicago. And when things like this come up, if it falls into our priorities, man, I think chances are 80% that we can pull outside money into the local economy. So we're really happy to be part of this.
Yeah, thanks for your help, Jim. It's everybody, I mean, from the chief to our private donors, the local churches, it's been very heartwarming to see folks stepping up for this. And I think somebody said to me the other day, this really shows that we really have a need for this and a community that supports this. So it's nifty. It's really cool to see. So I appreciate all that y'all have done. So. Lastly, I had payments. I think I'd shared this with you before, but if not, I've spoken to so many groups. Basically, we worked it out with Ryan Heiss, our manager in the city, and Peter. Peter is kind of the central keeper, if you will, of all the funds for household hazardous waste and the additional donations that have come through the municipalities for the other things that we want to do with the recycling committee. And I think everybody knows Peter, and if you don't, he's about as good a stand-up guy as you can get, and so he'll take good care of us. But it's nice. It's a little bit of a relief for me not to have to worry about that. So that was just FYI for you. He's been very, very helpful. So those are my notes, and with that, I'll shut up and just open it up for questions, comments, or concerns. And y'all have to let me stop sharing, and that way I can see everybody's face. All right. Okay. Any questions? No. So my plan is then to get a note out to all the volunteers. Stay tuned for that. It'll probably happen tomorrow before I get time. Just saying, hey, next Thursday at 4 o'clock, we'll meet at the DPW. We'll do a quick walkthrough. My commitment's to keep it short, no more than 30 minutes. And we'll just address that. Rana Alexander with the recycling committee is working on all of our swag. So everybody will have a beautiful t-shirt and a really beautiful hat and a lanyard. So we will at least look the part. And that's also covered through a lot of these donations that we've got in Rotary. So we will look good. So I'll get a note out to everybody and I'll fill the chief in. Yes, Kathy, go. You're on mute, hon. You want me to?
Yeah, sorry. You'd
There you
think
go.
after all this time I'd be able to do it better.
Yeah.
I just wanted to let you know that, you asked for Chief Kent to have, or Chief Kent to have an officer on duty on Saturday, and he said he can make that happen.
Oh, nice.
So we'll have some Douglas police presence as well.
Great. Perfect. Okay. Thanks, Kathy. Thanks for the reminder. Cool.
So we're meeting at the Public Works on next Thursday.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
I just
Anything
want to,
that we need to do to help you out in between now and then, Garen?
I don't think so. If so, I'll reach out, y'all. Yeah, right. It's really kind of fallen together really nice. So, Scott's been such a huge help at the DPW. Chief's been a big help. He's going to be providing a lot of the yellow vests for us, and so everybody's really stepped up really nicely. So it's
Do you
good.
need extra of those? Because we have a bunch as well.
Let me ask the chief. Yellow vest. I'll find out. How's that? Okay.
Garn, you're requesting all volunteers who signed up to be there at 4 on Thursday, right?
Yeah, and I'll send a note out, Jim, to everybody. It'll come through the Sign Up Genius. Just a note to everybody.
All right.
Okay. All right. Good enough?
I just want to jump in real quick and say, how pleased I am that the way it's working out, because this is a topic that everybody in the tri-community supports. And there's just so many other things that go on with the 3 different municipalities and trying to pull them all together. And this one has just come out famously. And I look at this cast of characters that have jumped in. It's just great, isn't it, Garnett?
Yeah, it is. It really is. And, I think it's like I said, it bodes well, I think, for any future endeavor, activities that we want to do. There's a real interest and need for it in the community. So it's great.
Cool.
Demetria, you're back.
Yeah, I guess I became unstable.
Uh-oh. All right, I just had opened it up for questions. I don't know if you had any comments, questions, or concerns. Well, she's froze up again.
Darn,
Yep.
I wanna piggyback off Barry a little. I was in the township hall earlier today, and they've just been getting so many calls about the Household Hazardous Waste Day, and they've been signing people up, and they're just so excited about it. And it was neat walking in there and for them excited to see me and just kind of going on and on about household hazardous waste and recycling. So there's a lot of excitement over at the hall.
Good.
I want to thank Demetria too for putting together that list of alternative locations for recyclable items, and we're going to be able to recycle that piece and
Mhm.
on our Facebook page and on the municipality's website. So thank you, Demetria.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm sorry, I left it downstairs, you all. Otherwise, I'd be able to show it to you. It's a nice, half of an 8x11 sheet, and it's basically where you can take batteries after this, where you can take various items. It's pretty nifty, and we'll be able to give one to Aaron, made copies for me down at City Hall, and we'll be able to give one to everybody who drives through that morning, which is
Oh, perfect.
nice. And it's something you can put up on your refrigerator under a magnet or something, and I think it'll help
Perfect.
folks moving forward. So cool. Thanks, Demetria.
Oh, you're welcome.
Cool.
It was a lot of discovery. I drove out to some of the places to double check.
Yeah, very good. Cool.
How'd everybody like that banner?
Lovely.
Oh,
Yeah.
Man, that is fun.
it's pretty.
Cool, cool.
Very good.
And Garin, I'm wondering if you, after the meeting, wouldn't mind doing me a further favor since I'm in the car and doing errands. Could you send me the link to the sign up, because I want to get back to that woman that I gave the wrong answer to who called
Okay.
me about
Yeah.
medical waste.
All right. Yeah. Jim had said, I've gotten the same question too. A person had called and said, what about medical waste? And we will indeed take medical waste. So, well, pretty much they're going to incinerate the living tar out of everything, no matter what it is that they get. So, so far I haven't had drug and lab disposal say, no, don't bring that. So,
Great.
all right. Very good.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody. Really appreciate it. See you next Thursday. Very good. Bye, Jim. Did you have any questions, Jim?
Yes, I did. What, do you still need more volunteers? There's
Uh-huh.
a chance that I'll be back in town next week, so
Yeah.
I'd like to help if you still need helpers.
The more the merrier. We'll never turn down help at all. Do you still have the sign up link?
Well, I'm at, I followed the link from the main page at the city, and I've been taken to Sign Up Genius.
Yes. So there's Sign Up Genius to sign up for the event, and then there's one for volunteers. Do you just want to give me your email address real quick, and I'll send it to you?
Sure, james.b.lindsay@gmail.com.
LINDSEY
Correct.
@gmail.com. I'll send it to you as soon as we get off. How's that?
Thank you, Garn. Appreciate it.
Okay. Thank
Hey,
you. I really.
Jim, I'm a James B too.
Excellent.
All
And
right.
only electronic waste, no other hazardous materials, correct?
Oh, no, everything. Everything.
Oh.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
Paint and
Not
all that
latex
kind of thing?
paint.
Not latex.
Yeah, so latex paint, as we've all learned, is folks can put kitty litter in it and it dries up and you can just dispose of it in your trash like you would normally. But all the other paints, yes, please bring them.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
All right. Very good. Thanks,
All
y'all.
Thanks, Garin.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Take
Okay.
care.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye-bye.